2013 pre-rankings, Jason the Face. Can't you ride and turn on the music? Alright. Jason Gossamy coming at you hot. Chase the Face, two-time Super Bowl champion. About to give you your pre-season rankings. Alright. I'm gonna have a little music in the background just going. Just to keep this entertaining. Alright. First I want to say, this is by far the best draft we've had. Not a lot of deep weaknesses, I should say. Not a lot of weaknesses at all. Besides the 10th place person, it's really pretty even all the way till you get to about the top 3. So let's just start off right away. At the 10th ranked person, we're going to start at the bottom and make our way up to the top. And we're going to start with Justin, Barreto, Dwayne, the Boners. Woo-wee! Not a good team right here. And some of the likes I have for him are, of course, RG3 and Cam Newton. But, after that, his team fell off the train. He goes, Demaryius Thomas. I liked him. I liked Demaryius Thomas. He has Peyton Manning. But after that, it all started with good old Tony Rich in the 4th round. Terrible pick. Way too early. A little bit of a stretch. I love Tony G. The dude is a Chief Hall of Famer. But Justin took him way too early. Boners, big mistake already. Following that up by Austin Tavon. Don't even know who the hell that is. Demarius Moore, terrible. Frank Gore, not very good. And Darnell Richardson, I don't even think that guy's in the NFL. Overall, my favorite thing that's had me laugh for the past 2 days is Yahoo has projected Justin, or the Boners, to win 0 games this year. And be cracking all night. But enough hating on Justin. I do think his QBs can run him if they stay healthy. Especially RG3. Overall, Justin will be getting 3-11 for this season. He'll get us a few snags here and there. But he's not going to be a playoff contender, not for sure. Unless he makes moves. And no one's trading with that garbage. And then we're going to move to number 9. Number 9, I know Cass wrote about this, and Cal, I think, kind of wrote about this. After Justin, it's a big jump from the 9s to about 6s and 7s. And they're kind of in the meat. They're all kind of good, decent, but just they're not in the top echelons. We're going to go to Steve Vest, Barry McCockiner, Super Bowl champ. 2 solid picks, with Breeze and Matt Forte as keepers. I like them both. Matt Forte is injury prone, but I also think Breeze is going to have a better year this year with his coach back, Sean Payton. He should be able to make moves. Better than he did last year, even though he did crazy good last year. But after that, this team is just... He didn't show up to the draft on time. He made an Innova's Peyton Manning pick. Or sorry, Eli Manning pick. And I just don't know. I just don't like this team. He's drafted good for the past 2 seasons, but this is by far his worst team. With Julio Jones as a solid pick, DeMarco Murray, too inconsistent, Jordy Nelson's too inconsistent, Stevie Johnson, Miles Austin, Kenny Britt. The team is just meh all around. Satellite defense. Seattle's defense is great. Can save them a few games, but just no elite receivers, no really good at depth and running back. And quarterbacks are kind of iffy after Breeze. So this team is going to be my 9th ranked team. If Eli has the season he had 2 seasons ago, he could hop all the way up to top 3 or top 4, just as a lot of these teams. So we're going to move on. Sorry, Steve, but I do think you're going to go about 7 and 7 because this is a very even league this year so far. I'm going to hop up to number 8 with Matt Roman, Learning Computers. Let me go to his roster just to make sure. Swat! Oh, alright. Matt, Learning Computers. I like his Romo and his Stafford. Not the best of real-life quarterbacks, but pretty solid fantasy quarterbacks. If Stafford can stay healthy, and he has to have a bounce-back year after last year, Calvin Johnson has to get more touchdowns, could be good. His receivers are okay, and I like Doug Martin. The reasons I put him so low is because his second running back's not very good. He doesn't even have a tight end on his team. And the depth just isn't there. It's just not there. And from a two-time Super Bowl champion, sometimes you got to make bold picks. And I don't think he's going to be going anywhere. Matt Roman does not have the experience to make moves in the free agency to get his team back into contender. His program on his computer might be smart, but it's not as smart as the eye. So let's go keep on going up. Another one. We're going to go up to 7. That's going to be Ryan Cable. Drama, more like it. I'm going to drama with a very weird draft this year. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. LeBron James style. He goes 5 receivers, all in the same freaking picks. We've tried this before. It doesn't work. You got to go quarterbacks and depth, not receivers. You got great receivers. And you got Arian Foster. That's about it. Kaepernick, he's going to have a sophomore slump. Joe Flacco, most overrated quarterback in the league, in my opinion. Won the Super Bowl. That's nothing. After that, this team, I don't know. He's got nothing. Arian Foster's not going to produce. Jermichael Finley, he does have Dwayne Bowe. I think Dwayne Bowe's due for a kickback here. So overall, he's going to go 7-7. Not bad, not good. Right in the meat of this thing. As I said again, these 3 people, including this next one, could all fight for playoffs. They just have one person go their way. Best pick for him, I think, was Arian Foster, of course, his keeper. Kaepernick, I wasn't a fan of a keeper. You could have got him later. I don't know. This team just doesn't do it to me. Not a big fan. Don't know what else to say. Just a May team. You know what I'm saying? Alright, it's going to hop to number 6, and that's going to be the Sweet Chin Music, or actually Tit on the Nip, myself. I personally like my team after I drafted it, but after looking, there are some gaping holes, and then you got to go straight to receivers. You know, I got great QBs, and, you know, Des Bryant, great tight ends with Jimmy and Vernon, but my running backs are weak, and they're going to probably cost me my season, unless they stay healthy and do good. I think Reggie Bush has landed himself in a great new place. If he just stays healthy, he'll do good. And I hear a lot of good things from David Wilson. I still haven't seen anything from him. So I think he's the make or break of my season. I think I can get to the playoffs if he does good, what they say he's going to do. I'm thinking I'm feeding in the bottom dwellers of the fish if he doesn't do good. Overall, I gave myself a 9-5 season, hopefully sneaking into the playoffs, but you never know. We'll see. Alright, I think we've hit the thresh. Now we're going to jump a little higher, but still not great. Adam, or what's his name? Hooked on Tronics. In my opinion, Adam has been one of the best drafters I've seen in this business. But this year, I don't know. His draft was just not that solid. Only reason he's even sitting here is because he has CJ Spiller and A-Rod. That's the only way. And A-Rod might get caught for steroids, if you know what I mean. But after those 2 guys, you have weaknesses everywhere. Stephen Ridley, I do like that pickup. I was hoping he would fall to me. He did not, but he can be very inconsistent. Owen Daniels, garbage. Greg Jennings, garbage. Reggie Wayne, garbage. What is this, 2007? No, it isn't. All his team is terrible. I should have ranked him lower, but he has Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league, and he can carry him. If Big Ben has a bounce-back year, he also can carry him. That's why he's sitting at 5 and not 9 or even 10 next to Barreto. But your team's bad, Barreto, so no one's even close to as bad as you. So after that, I'm sorry, probably going to get killed for this. I'm going to hop up. Now, the bottom feeders are gone. This is the top echelon. These teams are all good. These are all playoff teams. in my opinion, and even maybe Super Bowl contenders. We'll see. You know, that's why we played the game. A little advertising in there. Jack's Links. Patrick O'Houlihan. Mr. Lugnut. I like his team. I like Ray Rice. I like his QBs. I think Andrew Luck's going to have even a better year. And Matt Ryan's only improving every single year. You know, he has almost 300-point quarterbacks. Pretty decent receivers in Vincent Jackson, Steven Smith, but not the best. Ray Rice, one of the top 3 best running backs. And Maurice Jones-Drew was a top running back in the day, but he had an off year. He got injured. Easily come back and be the number 5 best running back in the league, and this is a whole different story. But that's why we play the game. Rob Gronkowski, I think he's going to be healthy this year. And that could really change his team to the number 1 team. If he comes out and plays the way he does, and gets 28 touchdowns and 5,000 yards or something, he's probably going to be the number 1 team in the league. Let's go down to number 3 in the Fantasy Football League. Top echelon, Timothy the Bank. Really liked his team. I thought he had a great pick. He had the 1st overall pick and the 2nd overall pick. It really did fall his way this year, and I bet he's loving it every second of it. Because I know I would have. He went with Megatron and Trent Richardson. He went with Megatron, which is fucking prime, and then he went with Beast, which is a beast from the East. But he's a lot of injury prone on this team. With Chris Johnson, Jerry McFadden, Torrey Smith, Deshaun Jackson. He's a boom or bust team. People have been writing about him all season long. With the Casses and the Cows saying this is a boom or bust team, and they are right. But I'm going to go with boom until he faces tit on the nib. Anyways, I really like the team. Overall, his first 2 picks were great. His QBs could be a lot better. Russell Wilson and Phillip Rivers. I don't think Russell Wilson's due for the season he had last year. But I do think Phillip Rivers could have a bounce back year. Overall, they're okay. Not great. But this is a quarterback-driven league, and we'll see where he goes. And putting his record at 8-6, sneaking in the playoffs and taking the championship. Joking. That's my job. After we're done with Tim, at 3, we're going to hop up to Cal Rizion. By far, Cal's best draft he's ever had in any sport, in anything. It's the best thing he's ever done. The dude picked some great players, and his team is just solid everywhere, and I love it. Start as QBs. You got Dalton and Schaub, both solid. AJ Green, solid. Pierre Garçon, solid. Cruz, he's going to be doing rumbles and jumbles all over the place. Solid. Lynch, McCoy, better than solid. Kyle Randolph, don't even know who the fuck that is. Not very solid. Anyways, Jarvis Green Ellis for some backup action. Some other guys. I don't know. The team's good. I like it a lot. By far his best time. But will he make the playoffs? I hope so, because he should. His team is good enough. But at the end of the day, it's Cal Rizion. He makes bad moves, and he'll probably trade Josh, Marshawn Lynch, and LaShawn McCoy for Turd McNerd. Yeah, that's a stab at you. Anyways, I hope for the best for you, Cal. You're due for the playoffs, and you're due, with this solid of a team, you're due for a Super Bowl run. Pepper. I almost choked because it's so shocking that Cal is in a playoff hunt. So, we've gone through 10 through 2. And that leaves one person. He was the top ranked in the other 2 pre-draft rankings. And he's going to be in my top ranking too. And that is Pentakill. And he truly is a Pentakill this year. With the 2 best keepers by far, and Adrian Peterson, and Jamal Charles. You thought, what could he do? He couldn't do that much better. No, he does. Larry Fitz, Hall of Famer. Andre Johnson, Hall of Famer. Hakeem Nicks, I don't know. He was really good. 3. You take those 3 receivers 2 years ago, those are the top 3 receivers, and he has them. They had slump years last year, but they could all come back shooting guns left and right. So, love his receivers, love his running backs. Tight ends is garbage, and his flexes are great. Not to mention, he has the ball, the workhorse, and Alfred Morris backing it all up in the flex. The best flex player in the league right there is Alfred Morris. I had him, I let him go. I didn't need his trouble, but he's great. The one weakness of this team is his QBs. And again, this is a QB-driven league, and it could kill him. Josh Freeman had a great year last year, but it's Josh Freeman. Jay Cutler, shitty year last year, but it's Jay Cutler. The dude gets hurt more times than I take shits in a day, which is a lot. So, QB-driven league has okay QBs, but he is stacked everywhere else. I'm giving Josh number 1 overall preseason rankings. I think he's going to win 11 games and 3 losses. And mark my words, he's going to go into the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. He's going to get knocked out in the first round by yours truly. Anyways, like I said, that's my lineup. I think this year was great. Draft was a blast. Overall, these teams are good. Everyone besides Justin could easily make the playoffs. On that, I'm going to have a good going out song. I'm going to find if I can do a good one. And I'll be trying to do these more often, a little more video. Maybe we're going to have a good season. Baby,